Okay, hi, hello. I am back with more of my notes on the book Latine Herbalism. This is part 3. In the last part, we were talking about the materials and utensils and equipment and stuff like that. So the next chapter very aptly moves on to the space, the area that you're using. They do specifically say that you can use the same kitchen as you're doing all your cooking in. In the last part, it said that your utensils should be different from your cooking utensils, and that makes sense to me. And I'm a bit paranoid, so I said I might go as far as to have a completely different area, but that's not practical, and using the kitchen is fine, so, you know. The author recommends using in your space devotional music or mantras and like really creating a spiritual and healing, calming environment. It's also noted in this chapter that liquids hold energy in their molecular structure, and I think that this is important for later rather than like talking about the space, but it seemed important, so I did write it down. The next section goes on to the types of prepped herbs. We start with a poultice. Poultices are for direct application of an herbal mixture on the skin. I have some more notes about that, but like I said in the last part, I'm trying not to, I'm purposefully leaving some things out, because I don't want to spoil the entire book, and I want you to go read it for yourself. And I didn't have any questions about that. So the next one was a fomentation. I think that's how it's Fomentation, fomentation. It's fomentation. This is a gentler kind of poultice. It uses just a cotton cloth to apply water extractions or oil. I did have a question about, to me this seems like it would be stronger than a poultice. Why is it weaker? Why is it gentler? It even goes so far as to suggest to use this on children and the elderly rather than poultices. Let's think for a second. Okay, so poultices are fresh herbs made into a paste with water or oils added to it. So that's pretty strong. You're pressing the herbs, you're really getting everything out of them, you know, you're really using them. Whereas with just liquid on a cloth, you're maybe not squeezing it as hard. That can't be the answer. That can't be the answer. That can't be the answer. Is poultices get squeezed harder? That can't be the answer. Maybe it's because the fomentation is just sort of like wiped along and not like held there, you know what I mean? Like it's a shorter contact time between the oils and the extract and the skin. Maybe? I don't know. These are my best guesses I have. Either squeeze or contact time. I don't know. Science is fun. And then we move on to infusions. Water infusions, which is basically just tea, but I learned that there's a difference between tea and therapeutic teas, and that main difference lies in the way it's extracted, or how long it's steeped for, and the manner in which it's administered. Therapeutic tea is administered at a much more medical rate, okay, every 6 hours, every this, that, you know what I mean? Whereas, you kind of just drink a tea whenever you drink a tea. And therapeutic teas have to steep for between 4 and 8 hours, depending on the herbs you're using and what kind and all that good stuff. And I didn't make it any farther because my hand started to really cramp, and that is really fucking me over. So yeah, that's the notes I have today.